Just do it. It's only going to be like a minute total. Like I can do it. I can do it, for a lifetime of like cute nibs. Hey everyone. Welcome back. Okay. So I'm here to talk about my newest additions, which I just realized after that I officially have 9 piercings and 19 tattoos, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. So I'm definitely done with piercings. And like in the midst of getting it, I was like, this is done. I don't care if I don't get another piercing because it's done. Okay. So I got some notes so I don't leave out nothing. So first, why I wanted them. I've wanted them since I was a teenager. Like one of my like first like big girl piercings was my bar, and that like hurt like crazy. But I don't even think I did a lot of research on that. And so I didn't even know it was gonna hurt how it hurt. But one of like my big girl piercings was this. And so like then, like I wanted this, I wanted my belly, nose, and I didn't get this until I was like in my 20s. And then I'm like, just recently this year, I was like, oh, let me get a double nose. Got this. And then I'm like, you know what? The absolute last set of piercings I want to have are the nipples. Like, why not? And I think it became more prevalent because it's like a lot of my friends have them, and I always ask them like, "Oh my gosh, like how was it? How was the pain? How's the aftercare?" Da da da. And everybody tells me it's horrible for the most part. But then I just had a Friendsgiving, and I talked to one of my friends, and she was like, "Oh, it's nothing. It's not that bad. You should definitely get them." And she just really made my head huge and it had me seeing like all rainbows and clouds. And I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna get them. And she like forced me to like put a date on it. And she like was like, I'm gonna text you every single like week until you eventually get them. So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna count down now. Like I can't be no punk. So then she texted me like last week, and I was like, okay, girl, like I'm gonna get them. I've been doing my research. I've just texted my piercer. I made the appointment. Da da da. Cool. She's like, yay. And again with the pain, she's like, it's not going to be that bad. And I asked my other friend, Tony. I'm like, Tony, how was it? And then she's like, oh, yeah, it's honestly not that bad. And so my head was just so big. Like, I did a very brave and courageous thing because I did see a lot of posts and I was still on Reddit that was like, oh, it's the worst pain ever. I almost passed out. Da, da, da. But then I saw some that was like, oh, it was less pain than my industrial, or oh, it was only a 2.5 out of 10, or the clamp hurts more than the needles. I was like, you know what? I done been through some things. I have all these tattoos. I done went through like a laser tattoo removal process, which hurt more than I can even describe. So I'm like, I've been through things, and I feel like I have a really high pain tolerance. I'm like, you know what, Brittany? Just do it. It's only going to be like a minute total. Like, I can do it. I can do it, for a lifetime of like cute nibs. Anyway, so yeah, that's why I got them. I always wanted them. And at this point, I was just like, okay, why not? Like, let's just do it. People are hyping me up, being supportive. I'm like, let's do it. How I prepared. So I did read a lot of Reddits, and I tried to really kind of get a gauge for how the pain was going to be. I tried to get a gauge for how the aftercare was going to be, even though aftercare wasn't like the biggest thing on my mind, because I just feel like, which I just learned about this new method called LITHA, LITHA, which is leave it the hell alone. And that is pretty much what I followed for most of my piercings. Like, my nose piercings were acting up lately because my facial products were getting into it. You got to do your. I'm very familiar. I've been pierced since I was 16, so I know how to deal with infections or anything like that. So It wasn't like a huge thing on my mind, but a lot of people, talk about like the shot cups on the nipples and things like that. But Anyway, I have an agenda. I'm not going to get too far from it. Anyway, so I prepared. I read a whole bunch of Reddits. I talked to my friends about it. And I just kind of like really psyched myself out. If you are not psyched out, even if you have to lie to yourself, if you really want it, just lie to yourself. Because I was in La La Land. I really just thought like my pain tolerance was on like Superman and it wasn't going to hurt at all. But nothing prepared me for what it really felt like, which leads me to my next point, the appointment. So even before I got it pierced and I knew like I had like set an appointment, I ordered 6 sports bras off of Amazon because a lot of the posts say like, you know, like keep them like padded up so they're not rubbing against clothes. And typically I don't wear a lot of bras. I don't think any woman does, especially like in the house. But I'm like, okay, I'm really not trying to hurt myself, not trying to have them rip or tear or anything because I heard that is the worst pain ever. So I'm like, okay, got on my sports bras. Then I asked the piercer, how should I prepare? What should I wear? She told me just wear a tank top. So I just wore a white plain tank top. Once I got there, and I was nervous, like, don't get me wrong. Like, yes, I had kind of psyched myself out prior to, but I was extremely nervous, like heart beating fast and everything when I got there. And I was like, okay. But I was like that with my nose. Like, I told him, like, okay, wait, okay, now do it. But then, you know, these didn't hurt at all. So again, I just thought I was Superwoman. But so I got there and I'm like asking her all these questions. And I'm like, girl, did it hurt? I'm like, do you have yours pierced? She pierced her own nipples. And I'm like, first of all, I can't even talk to you because your pain tolerance must be through. I struggle with re-piercing my nose when it closes up. So she pierced her own nipples. So anyway, I just kept asking her. I'm like, so I pretty much tried to ask her leading questions to like just make me feel better about it. Like I was like, oh, okay. So does the clamp hurt more than the needle? She was like, yeah, a lot of people say that. Like, okay, cool. So, but I was still scared, right? And so she had a huge ring light and it was like right here the whole time. She on the piercing table. And I'm like, well, I need my glasses, child. So I couldn't have that. That was too distracting. So I like put my coat over my head, right? And I was like this. My big coat. I put in my AirPods. I tried to find a really nice station or a song, which ended up being Be Alive by Beyonce. I don't even know if it was good or bad song choice, but it's just now that would just be forever etched in my mind. So I put the song on, put my coat on, and I was like, okay, girl. And I was just trying to breathe because I was like very like nervous. Like my heart was beating up out of my chest. I was sweating and everything. And then, so I did that and I was like, okay, girl. And she gave me like her pillow to like squeeze. Sorry, I'm having flashbacks. But with all of that, I had the pillow to squeeze, I had it over my head, so it was like darkness. And I had the music in. And y'all, I gave her the thumbs up when I thought I was ready. And I was like, and I do believe that when you do like really deep breath, and she told me like, don't be tense too. So I was like, okay, girl, wait, let me calm down first. So thank God she was like very extremely patient. And I will link her bio because I want her to get all the business. She's amazing. And I was just like, right, with everything on it. And I was like, baby. And I even had her test the clamp. Because this really what made me just believe I was finna do it all and be it all in that moment. And thought I was a shit. She put the clamp on and I was like, oh, that's nothing. Because I have been pinching my nipple all day. Someone said that it feels like just a really hard pinch through the nipple. That was a fucking lie. So I just pinched my nipple all day and I was like, I can do it. I was bugging. Anyway, so she did it. And then even before, I'm sorry, I'm trying to tell the coherent story. Clearly I cannot. She did it. Even before she did it, she was like, yeah, like if you want to scream, like, you know, just scream, just don't hold on to me. I was like, hold on to you, like, girl, bye. And then I'm like, scream. I'm not a screamer. I've never screamed for anything. I'm just not a vocal person when it comes to stuff like that, like piercings, tattoos, anything. Even with my laser tattoo removal, which I'll make a video about because I do feel like Black people need to know about that if you want to, if that's in your path. But anyway, even with that, like that is the word, like that literally feels like lightning is just slapping you, slapping you, slapping you, slapping you, slapping you, slapping you, slapping you. But I just like bared through it. And even the doctors were like, girl, I've seen like grown men crumble. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, baby. I'm just that girl. So I really was like, my head was like 5 times larger than it normally was. And I really thought I was going to eat this. I thought I was going to eat this piercing, y'all. But anyway, so she had the thing over my eyes. I gave her the thumbs up. I'm trying to breathe. Baby, she put that clamp on. I didn't even feel the damn clamp. I felt that needle. I said, whoa, whoa. And I'm like screaming. I'm like, whoa. And y'all, and here's the thing. And I saw a quote today that described it perfectly. It was like, it's the quickest minute of your life that feels like 10 minutes. I'm telling you, most piercings, it's like a boom, right? And it's like, even with your nose, and I was really scared to get my nose done because I'm like, ooh, my nose is so thick. How am I going to do it? But it's like, it's quick. It's quick. And if you have a good piercer, it won't even hurt. Yo, I felt like I was in that needle. I felt like I was in that needle in my nipple. Like I felt like the needle was journeying through my nipple. Like, and I've never even felt any type of feeling like that from my nipple ever before. You feel me? Like you hit your boob, somebody pinches it, cool, whatever. It's pain? No, y'all. And I don't even know how to break this down anymore. It literally feels like somebody's inside of your nipple. And it's not pleasant. Like, it's horrible. It's really horrible. I'm not gonna lie. And actually, I'm gonna add in some of the voice notes because after it was done, I immediately called my roommate because I didn't even tell a lot of people I was getting it because I didn't want them to like tell me something and then like scare me more. So I tried to like just do it, like just do it. I immediately called her after just to like talk about it with her and just anyway, yes, so I called her immediately and I was like, yeah, girl, it was horrible. So, and then I just started texting people who I knew had them. I'm like, bitch, you lied. That shit felt horrible. But anyway, I'm gonna add in some of those videos and voice messages I was sending. Still shaking. Still like, bitch, you did that. Bitch, I did that. Oh, y'all. And I had really psyched myself out before I went. I'm like, you know what? I have such a fucking high tolerance. I have all these tattoos. My industrial has been like my worst piercing, and that was fucking horrible. I was like, whatever. We already at the top. We can't get no higher, so let's do it. And then I was, oh my gosh, I screamed. I do not scream during procedures. I screamed. I was like, what? It felt like forever. The second one, thank God, felt better than the first. Because the first, oh, that shit was horrible. And then when I left, they were just horrible and swollen. And so I took some ibuprofen and I put on a little sports bra. And I'm just laying down now. Like I could barely even put on a shirt. I'm so surprised I got the sports bra on. But yeah, but it was horrible. But they're done. So I didn't die. I'm so glad it's over. But, and like the second one felt way quicker than the first one. The first one, I was like, get out of there. I was like, get out, get like what the fuck? Bitch, you ain't done yet. The shit felt like fucking forever, bitch. But honestly, total, it's like a minute each. Not even lying. So if you can just tell yourself that it's just a minute worth of fucking pain, less than a minute, you in. Like I had to psych. I was literally talking to myself. I know she probably thought I was crazy. I was like, Brittany, you can do it. You can fucking do it, bitch. You gotta do it. You done came all this way. I was like, in 5 minutes, it'll all be over. But it felt like she was in there forever, and I was like, what? low. And it's like, y'all, and I'm not no punk. I promise you, I have a extremely high pain tolerance. But that shit, and after she did it, like, I was like, I was in shock. And I was like laughing. I wasn't crying. I felt like crying. And so here's the process. First, there's a needle. And I'm trying to be organized with if I get. First, there's a needle. The needle is really big. The needle, and I'm not lying, is that thick. Thicker. Think about it, a whole circle. Right? And I didn't even notice the needle. This, I was tripping. I didn't even notice the needle after the first one. I was like, what? It's a big, thick, long ass needle. Oh gosh. And so she clamps it, she puts it through, which if you think you have a short little nipple, no, it's like a mile long on the inside, y'all. She puts it through, then she has to like put the jewelry through, then take it all the way out. And then so she puts it through, then she like attach, like I guess the actual piercing was attached to that. Then she has to like take the needle out and then hook the piercing. Y'all, when she did that first, oh gosh, it was horrible. As soon as she went through, I was like, and then she's, it's just so many moving pieces. That's the annoying part about it, y'all. Like a lot of the times with piercings, you can psych yourself out because it's just a boom, It's not that. It's gonna be quick in real time, but it's gonna feel like an eternity. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. So just being realistic, which if you can psych yourself out for a good 20 seconds, max, then you're good. And you know what? Like, she did it, right? And I was like, oh my gosh. I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, what? Bitch, why you lied? All those people lied. I was like, that hurt like shit. She was just laughing at me the whole time. And I was like trying to breathe. I was just laughing manically because you can't cry. Your body is going through it pretty much. A little bit of blood. I wasn't a heavy bleeder, thank God. But it is kind of seeing that come from your nipple. Even now, I know everybody afterwards is like, oh, I can't stop looking at them. I don't even want to look at them till next week. I mean, I'll clean them and everything, but it's a lot to process. But anyway, so after she was finished, and I just kept going on, and then eventually I was like, damn, I forgot what that felt like. But I was terrified to do the second one. And when I tell you, I think my appointment was at 7:30. And y'all, book the last appointment of the day. Either book the first appointment or the last. And maybe even ask your piercer to give you some time. Like, don't schedule a 30-minute session. Don't. Or maybe do. I don't know. For me, I thank God. Because and first of all, go to a female piercer. Unless the dude is like extremely patient, understanding, I feel like I went to the best option. Because number one, she did it to herself. So she really a fucking G. She know what pain is. Number two, she was so patient. And it was at her house. So don't judge me, but I did do my research. She's a reputable piercer, but it was at her house. And, it's not like I was being kicked out of a shop or anything, or I had to worry about other people seeing me in that state. Like, my titties was all out there, but I felt very safe and comfortable. So I actually do prefer that. But either book the first or the last appointment. Thank God I was the last. Because I tell you, my appointment was at 7:30. It took me, and I got there like early, like maybe 7:22. Maybe she didn't pierce me till 7:50. That's how long it took for me to just ask all these questions, get myself in the mood, in the mindset, right? And this was the first one. Before the first one, I really felt like I was a shit anyway. So, yeah, it still took me that long to get ready because it's like, it really was dawning on me in the moment, like, your nipples will never be the same, huh? Or maybe they will, but, so yeah, anyway, she finished piercing me at 7:52, and she didn't pierce again until after 8:15. I know that much. And when I tell you, I was just, yes, y'all. But yeah, and as she was, so after 7:52, I was just like just trying to feel myself afloat. And if you're a G, maybe you can do them back to back real quick. Maybe. But for me, I really needed that time. I don't know if it would have been better if I would have just immediately did it, because I really felt like I had to get myself together. Like, it was a fucking lot. So anyway, by the time I finally got myself together, I really wasn't even together, but I was like, and trust me, between 7:52 and whenever she did the second one, I was really thinking, I was like, well, Rihanna only has one, and I know a lot of people that only have one, and originally I only really wanted one. Because back when I was younger, I would just say, I just want to do it. Like, I just want to have one. So I was like, maybe. But then I know me, and I know I would have eventually been like, oh, Brittany, be even. And so I'm like, can't be no punk. So I really had to talk myself up, and it was not easy at all. And I'm sure I got on her last nerve, because I was just like, I was just being a mess. And I was like, girl, like, I'm trying. I kept telling her, girl, I promise you I'm going to do it, but I need some time. I need a minute. And I was like, okay. Brittany, I was literally talking to myself. I was like, Brittany, okay. By 8:10, it's going to be over. It's going to be over if you just do it now. Stop playing it. Just do it. Girl, 8:10 turned to 8:15, turned to probably 8:20. And whenever she did it, I was like, okay, just do it. Because, they do say after the first one, you don't really feel it because your adrenaline is so high, so it hurts less, and the second one hurts more. So in my mind, I guess I was like, that one really, really hurt, but I don't even remember it anymore. But I'm also not ready to put myself through that for number 2. Yeah, she did this one first and this one second. But eventually I was like, you know what, you got to go, because it was pressure, because again, it was at her house, apartment complex, and they start towing at 9. And I was like, damn, I can't. It was a high pressure situation, y'all. But anyway, so when she finally did it, I was like, okay, girl, okay, I'm gonna do it. I swear I'm gonna do it. I put the coat back on. And I was like, put my earpods in. I kept trying to choose all these songs. I ended up choosing Girl Tonight, Trey Songz, Twister, had it like right here. And I was like, okay. And I was trying to like trick myself, like, hey, Brittany, just like keep taking deep ass breaths. I really feel like when you take a deep, you don't feel anything. And it works. So I kept trying to tell myself that. And then I was like, I was telling her, I was like, girl, when you do it, I need you to do it quick. And I kept asking her, I was like, so you think it's like 10 seconds, 15 seconds? Like, how long do you think it is? Like, because I just need to know. Like, I need to know what I'm preparing myself for. That's the type of person I am. Like, if you tell me, like, I'm going to struggle, like, I don't want no parts of it. Like, I need specifics. Am I going to struggle for 5 minutes, a year, 3 months, 6 months, 20 seconds? Like, I need the details. So she pretty much told me like 15 seconds. I was like, okay, I can do that. So I did all that, put my song on. I restarted it like 3 times because I kept doing that. And I was like, okay, girl, wait, I'm not ready. Again, she was so patient. And this is my new chair I just made. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm knocking my table over. Anyway, so she was extremely patient. So I think about like the 3rd fake out, I finally was like, and I just took a deep breath, and then she did it. And it hurt like shit. But hear me out, it hurt less than the first one. Like, I was just like, fuck. And then I just kept saying fuck. And then it was over. And I was like, is it done? I was like, yes. Oh my gosh, I feel like Superwoman. Oh my gosh, I'm never getting any more piercings. I'm done. And I felt like that bitch. Like, I hate to say it, love to say it, but I really felt like that girl. I felt like nobody's touching me. I really feel like I was on top of the world. I called Martha, let her know I did it, showed her, and she's like, and she was just very concerned. And then obviously like paid, and the girl had us spray, so I bought it and just walked out to my car. And then that's when the real pain started. Not to say that it's worse than getting it pierced, but them hoes did hurt. Like a pain I have never felt. And even my boyfriend was like, when I was calling him, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm not crying, but I was like really in pain. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, they're so sore. They're so like raw and just, they feel perfectly fine today. Today is like 24 hours later. They feel fine. I took 3 ibuprofens as soon as I got home, laid in the bed. He kept telling me to put like ice on it, and I was like, no. And I did try, and I just needed to like take my shirt off and like let them breathe. And then eventually, after the ibuprofen set in, after a couple of hours, I put on a bra, the sports bra, really carefully. And this is what it looks like. It has little pads right there. And I just like put it on really carefully. And I tried one time. And I was like, nope, not ready. But I was about to go to bed. So I was like, okay, put it on. And then they were pretty much good. I slept through the night. Wasn't bothered at all. In the morning, I put some of the spray on it. And, you know, like in the shower, I really was intentional about like letting the water run over them, getting all the blood out, because I was honestly scared to get it with the Q-tip, but I knew I had to get it within a certain time frame because I didn't want to like heal into the piercing. So I was like very intentional when I was in the shower cleaning them. And so yeah, again, it's only been 24 hours, so I don't have a lot of experience with them yet, but yeah, that is my story. Thank you for coming to my white table talk about my nipple piercings. Yes, I got them. I am that girl. Am I about to be one of those people? She already envisions me as somebody who like doesn't. I don't really wear bra, but I know she envisions me as somebody who's just like about to boom y'all nipple piercings. I don't know if I'm gonna be like that. I can't tell yet. It's too early. So we'll see. But I did save a TikTok sound talking about the piercings. So anyway, yeah. So my final thoughts. If you want them, get them. Am I in love with them right now? Like, I'm so happy I did it. I'm happy I did it as a personal goal because I always wanted them and now I have them. I have honestly not thought much about them since I got them done because I'm still very much so traumatized. And even when I was laying down, I was like, oh, I can't believe I did. I was literally in the bed like, I can't believe I did that, y'all. And I sat through both. I really felt like a badass. So I don't know. I'm just like sitting in that right now. The more I see, and I honestly, I haven't even been trying to look at them. I know they say when you get them done, you're just like, no, I need time. I need time to heal from what I went through to get them. And then I'll, be more outside with them. But it is winter almost. A lot of people say it's horrible having them in winter. I'm really just hoping that these sports bras will carry me through. Even as I done said this whole video, I still can't believe I got them. And yeah, I can definitely give some updates, maybe a 1-month update, because I want to fall in love with them. Everybody says that I will, but for right now, that just experience was a lot, and I need to heal. I need to heal externally and internally. Like I need time. Okay, thanks for coming, and I will try to get some updates. And I'm gonna post this as soon. And I recorded this in landscape, and I'm gonna get my laptop right now and work on this. We're posting videos as soon as we take them, baby, because as soon as I sit on some content, a sit is going to turn into a nap, going to turn into a slumber. And I'm like, oh, it's too late. I'm posting this, okay?